very good afternoon to our respected Chairman Sir and Vice Principal Ma'am. I, Siddhi, along with Akshata, extend a warm welcome to all the eminent guests, teachers and students present here.
In short, the G20 or Group of 20 is a collection of the world's largest economies. The India's assuming presidency would guide the work of the G20 under the theme of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, or One Earth, One Family, One Future. The G20 India has put forth 6 agenda priorities for the G20 dialogue in 2023. They are green development, inclusive and resilient growth, accelerating progress on SDGs, technological transformation, multilateral institutions, and women-led development. So here at JHPS, you shall witness the session of the Culture Committee.
The Culture Committee deals with protection and restitution of cultural property. In recent years, the issue of return and restitution of illegally obtained cultural property has gained global attention. Unethical appropriation of artifacts and the threats associated to online trading of cultural property have increased the problem. This renewed focus is also driven by the increasing awareness of the historical injustices that have led to the displacement of countless antiquities, particularly from the nations in the global south. Now I call upon the Chairperson of the Culture Committee, Bhavya, and Vice Chairperson, Shivangi, to go ahead with the proceedings.
Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed leaders of the G20 nations, distinguished guests, good afternoon. It is an honor to stand before you today as the Sherpa of India, representing a nation rich in cultural diversity and heritage. As we gather here at the G20 summit, I am deeply humbled to address a topic of paramount importance, the protection and promotion of cultural diversity across the world. The protection and promotion of culture are intertwined, forming a delicate balance that requires a collective commitment and innovative approaches. As leaders of the nation, we carry the responsibility of nurturing cultural inclusivity and diversity within our societies. We must ensure that the policies empower marginalized groups as well. Culture is more than just rituals. It is all about preserving your natural history, your current history, and everything else. Today, let's also unite against cultural trafficking. Let's fortify our heritage laws and share knowledge. At the end of this session, I hope we all come to a common consensus in the form of a draft resolution. Thank you. The session may now proceed.
Without further ado, let's begin with the roll call. Delegates, you may choose between present and present in voting. The Sherpa of Argentina. Sherpa of Australia. Brazil. Canada. China. The European Union. France. The Sherpa of Germany. The Sherpa of Indonesia. Italy. Japan. Mexico. Russia. Saudi Arabia. South Africa. South Korea. Turkey. The United Kingdom and the United States of America. Okay. Do we have any motions on the floor?
The delegate of Russia, you're next.
A very good afternoon to our Honorable Chair, fellow Sherpas and esteemed guests. The Sherpa of the Russian Federation would like to propose its views on how we can restore our cultural property using technology. Our cultural property has been destroyed because of the past invasions, such as Germany invading Russia in World War II, etc. And it is very hard to rebuild it. Thus, in order to prevent such loss, the Russian Cultural Property Law has been passed on 25th May 2000, which aims at governing cultural valuables displaced in Russia. This law helps cultural properties be safe within the boundaries of Russia and cannot be handed to illegal hands. The Russian Federation is also looking into restoring cultural property by using 3D printing machines to rebuild the properties and 3D visualization tools ranging from a VR set to museums and so much more. These can help people to witness the fabulous architecture and well-renowned sites of the Russian Federation. Thank you.
The floor is open for any questions. Yes, can you please place your, face your placards this side? Yes, the USA can proceed.
Russia has been bombing cities in the Ukraine and destroying their culture. So my question to the Sherpa of Russia is that by destroying them, aren't you destroying other countries' culture?
I agree with you on this one. We are bombing Ukraine and we're destroying its culture. As of the moment, no, wait, listen. As of the moment, we're only invading Ukraine. That's because we have some reasons. And no, I can tell the reasons if you want to, but I'm just going to answer a question. The thing is, the main point is to bring Ukraine back and to give the Russian culture to Ukraine. Because Russia and Ukraine are like brothers, like India and Pakistan, and they deserve to be united. And that is why we are, it might look like we're bombing Ukraine, but in reality we're just trying to annex it normally and bring the Russian culture and flourish Ukraine with more economy.
The delegate of UK, you may begin.
Greetings esteemed Sherpas and Madam Chair and Vice Chair. The United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland believes that cultural and traditional enterprises contribute significantly to our economy, generating jobs, fostering entrepreneurship and stimulating economic growth. They provide livelihoods to artists, designers, craftsmen and countless others, thus addressing unemployment and income disparities. Moreover, the inventive and traditional sectors amplify our cultural identity and diversity. Our films, music, fashion and heritage sites showcase our rich heritage, promoting cross-cultural comprehension and diplomacy. Yet challenges exist, and the United Kingdom is committed to addressing them through the following measures. Firstly, enhancing access to quality education in arts, design and cultural studies nurtures a skilled workforce and encourages a new generation of imaginative thinkers and practitioners. Secondly, establishing incubators, accelerators and funding opportunities specifically tailored to original and traditional enterprises fosters institutions and empowers emerging talents. Thirdly, global collaboration with international partners amplifies the impact of our efforts, sharing best practices, knowledge and resources for mutual growth and development. In conclusion, the creative and traditional economies and industries hold immense potential, and by investing in education, fostering startups, preserving heritage and engaging in worldwide collaboration, the United Kingdom is poised to unlock the full spectrum of its benefits. Thank you.
We will be taking one question for the delegate of UK. South Africa, you may proceed. UK talks about promoting its culture. After a bit of research, it turns out that UK's national dish is actually chicken tikka masala. So is any
also promotes cross-cultural collaboration with other countries, and we also have to imply that even India has developed the habit of consuming tea and curries only through the colonialism of UK.
I have a point for you. Please. Tea is not originated in UK. Please repeat your answer.
But it was majorly introduced in India during the colonialism period of
I'm sorry, I have an intervention. You mentioned India. However, she's the delegate of South Africa.
She's talking about chicken tikka masala, which is an Indian dish.
But please respond back to South Africa using her question. I don't think that was the point of her question. Please stick to your mind.
Okay, because as we told, we actually empower cross-cultural collaboration with other countries and believe that taking culture from other countries and integrating our culture to other countries is actually very good and helps develop the culture of every country in the world.
Chair, may I follow up in the unmoderated caucus?
Yes, you may.
Thank you.
Have any questions, Chai?
More questions? Chair?
Now, as we have seen, the majority was voted for the draft resolution 2, the sponsors being Canada, EU, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Mexico, South Korea, USA and the United Kingdom. And hence this motion is passed with the majority. And this is our draft resolution.
So here at JHPS, you shall witness a sample of the Agriculture Committee.
So the Agriculture Committee deals with managing agri-businesses for profit, people and planet. Sustainable food production is crucial for ensuring overall development of human beings and is one of the underlying philosophies of the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. Sustainable management of agro-ecosystems are also significant for attaining food and nutrition security of the current and future generations, as decent quality of human life and good health and well-being is related to the accessibility, affordability and availability of healthy and nutritious food. Now I call upon the chairperson of the Agricultural Committee, Aditi, and vice chairperson, Divyanshi, to go ahead with the proceedings.
Namaskar. The Presidency of India is honored to be presiding over the G20 Summit 2023, and we cordially welcome you to the conference. The member states of the Agri Working Group in the G20 have gathered here today to discuss and deliberate on the agenda of managing agribusiness for profit, people and planet, with special emphasis on harnessing the power of digital technology and sustainable agriculture for food security. Excellencies, agriculture is at the heart of human civilization. Globally, agriculture provides livelihood for over 2.5 billion people. In the global south, agriculture accounts for almost 30% of the GDP and over 60% of the jobs. Needless to say, it's imperative we take into account the challenges faced and act on it immediately.
The Government of India is emphasizing on research and development not only for sustainable but also enhanced agricultural production in the country and modernizing agricultural practices to enhance the agrarian economy. We look forward to a fruitful and informative committee session. Thank you.
Delegate of China. So my question is to the Sherpa of Brazil. What are the plans by your country to increase the rate of the GDP, as your maximum GDP was in the year of 1965, that was 16.17%.
Some investment from our government, we have been receiving a lot of support in the agricultural sector and in general. So some more support to get the technologies updated. I'm sure that we will succeed. On more, I would like to do more research and get back to you.
So my question is to the Sherpa of Germany. Why the food prices are very high in your country?
Prices are high in our country right now due to the problems we are facing, but we are working on it. As I told you, the prices of our food are not less than the incomes of our people, and we have many programs to support the poor people.
Delegate of Saudi Arabia. I would like to question the delegate of Brazil. The Russia-Ukraine crisis exposed the high dependency of the Brazilian agriculture sector on the fertilizer imports. Brazil consumed up to 42 million tons of fertilizers in 2021 and 2022, 85% of which was imported. And fertilizers were known as the top imported products in the country by the value of US dollars 13.4 billion. Don't you think that importing this much amount of fertilizers and also spending this much amount of money on it, and you're also degrading the land in turn, how would you address this problem in the future when there will be insufficient land for the agriculture practices that you just mentioned in your speech?
About the solution for the fertilizer usage, I've already mentioned that we are promoting sustainable farming practices that encourage the adoption of precision agriculture so that we can know the exact value of fertilizers required, which will in turn get the exact amount so that we don't overuse the fertilizers. Also, we are doing soil testing and monitoring for the same thing. So, yeah. And what was your other question?
How do you're wasting so much money on fertilizers that you're getting them imported from other countries. 85% of your fertilizers that you used in the last 2 years were typically just imported from other countries. So you're wasting this much money and then you're talking about investing into modern technology. How? From where are you getting the finance
Delegate
and
of
all?
Saudi Arabia, I appreciate your question. It's a very good question, but kindly ask for follow-up before you go ahead and ask the question.
I apologize to the EB.
Mentioning about the investment we are doing for the foreign export, I've already explained that if we are reducing the amount of fertilizer usage by the given solutions that I've given, automatically the investment in the foreign export will reduce.
Do you have the right to follow up?
You cannot follow up on a follow-up. Please get back via chat.
Okay.
Thank you.
Can I ask another question to another country?
Please wait till you're recognized. Thank you. I have a question as the chair of this committee to the delegate of China. Delegate of China, your country produces the most household food waste than any other country worldwide, and it's an estimated 92 million metric tons every year. This amount of food is enough to feed about 30 to 50 million people, according to an investigation conducted by the Institute of National Resources Research. Now, you question Germany so much about the food security in their country. What is China doing for the food security in their own country?
Now first I would like to give the answer for the food wastage. Firstly, China is protecting the grains by storage, which has a high FLR of about 8% in the contrast to that of about 1.4% for the central storage. Second, China said that the farmland, water conservation and the other infrastructure needed to be quickly repaired to ensure a speedy recovery in the grain production. After that, China has participated in G20 agriculture market information, where it has also launched the Clean Plate campaign to address the food waste in the country, and this initiative has been taken and highlighted as a model by the other countries to follow. Fourth is anaerobic digestion, a process that transforms organic waste into biogas, is one of the main reasons that the China is doing to overcome the food waste.
These are the schemes which China has come up with. Is there any proof or any evidence that these schemes have actually worked in the real world situation? Delegate, you may reply via chat.
I will reply. I want to reply now.
Thank you.
The biogas produced by bacteria as the digest the organic waste can be used as energy on the site, and this has been implemented and it is going well.
Thank you, Delegate. Now, this marks the end of the unmoderated caucus session. Session for discussing the DI now comes to a close.
We are now going to have a voting on the draft resolution. Delegates who vote for the DR to pass, kindly raise your placards.
Delegates against? Since the entire committee wants the DR to pass, this DR clearly passes. Well done, delegates. Can you have a round of applause? To conclude, the committee agrees upon the solutions presented in the draft resolution, and we look forward to implementing it in the future. India has always been a diverse agriculture-based country, and our goal in this committee is to work on these issues on a national level in each country, thereby being able to address them on a global level. These solutions are inclusive of, but not limited to, the articles and clauses mentioned in the resolution.
The Indian government proposes funding and other incentives for research and development in agri-management technologies and fostering startups. By doing so, we allow them to also submit proposals and solutions to help deal with specific issues.
Before we adjourn this committee session, I would like to express my heartfelt gratitude towards the honorable dignitaries, excellencies, and of course my co-chair who has been extremely helpful in managing this session. Anyways, thank you so much delegates for your enthusiastic participation. I would like to mention that for the writing of the draft resolution, our delegates themselves worked for it and formed each and every clause in a very nice manner, even though we did not give them a format beforehand. So can we please have a big round of applause for them?
And with this, we are looking for a motion to adjourn the committee's final session. Yes, delegate of
United Kingdom.
The Sherpa of United Kingdom would like to raise a motion to adjourn this committee session.
Those for the motion?
Those against the motion?
This committee session is officially adjourned.